Hello, friends. Thanks for waiting. Welcome, everyone. I am Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary. CCC live, post-game live stream for Tuesday, May the 4th, on a night where the Vancouver Canucks were defeated by the Edmonton Oilers 4-1. This is my 6th video of the day. Yes, I will go through those very quickly because most of them, if not all, were at least newsworthy. But right away, I want to start out by giving a shout out to my Hall of Fame members: Jens95, Simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, the Shea's Family Channel, and Jamie Sports Talk, and more. Yes, we are now up to 9 Hall of Fame members. We are now up to 41 members overall, and we are now, I actually gotten close to 200 subscribers in the past week. Maybe about 150 subscribers in the past week because, no, I'm lying. About 100 subscribers in the past week since the meme went out. This is the 1 week anniversary of the Nice Guy Clay meme, which is fun. Unfortunately, the Canucks are 0-5 since that meme has come out. So I almost want to not use it again until the Canucks win, but then maybe I'm not using it until October 2021. So I will not make that bold declaration yet. But yes, I appreciate you guys being here, no matter where you're watching from, whether you are in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in the Lower Mainland, in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world. By the way, where's Mira? I miss her. I haven't seen her in a while. I thank you for being here. I do not take you for granted, and I certainly I appreciate you. I know you could be watching anything else or doing anything else right now, and I appreciate that you are here. Thanks in advance to the moderators. Thanks in advance to Monkey 9 Brewing, the sponsor of all these post-game live streams, and to all of you. So if you want to, right away, if you want to subscribe, if you haven't subscribed already, I wouldn't complain. If you want to like this video, don't like the fact that Canucks lost, like the fact that we can all be here talking about it after a Canucks loss. I'd appreciate that as well. And thanks to everyone who joined Parker and me for last night. Canucks After Dark. It was our fourth show, so we've made it through our first month, and we're thrilled with the way it's going. Subscribe to that channel. It's always in my video descriptions. Subscribe to that channel. Subscribe to, and if you like it, to listen to it on podcasts and things like that, make sure you go leave a review. Give it 5 stars if you think we're 5 stars, which I think you should. And then leave a comment as well, because I know Parker promised that we would read those as part of our shows. Oh, by the way, I didn't even finish my members thing. So thank you to the Hall of Fame members, and thanks to the members of all levels. You are listed in my video description. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or any of my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. I will only go for about 2 or 3 minutes tonight. I mean talking. So around the 5 or 6 minute mark, I will turn it over to you and answer your questions. And as always, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are welcome here. And if you're wondering why I'm blabbing, I usually blab for the first 5 or 6 minutes. Then I do questions only, at least to start off, Canucks and hockey related. Then I'll do about 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything at the end. And then I'll do a silly dad joke and then try and jump scare you. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, don't worry, neither do I. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because even though the Canucks lost, I don't think we can fault the effort once again. We can fault maybe some of their decision-making, i.e. JT Miller. But overall, I thought the Canucks were okay. I especially loved the first 34 minutes of the game until they went a little bit weird and then made some silly mistakes and let Edmonton score 3 goals in 5 minutes at the end of the second period. Oh, let me just fix something real quick. I still have the setup from when I did my post-game video, which is fine. So a couple things about why I'm in a good mood. You guys know that I'm not studying for the month of May because I'm in between courses for my master's. So I'm happy about that. I enjoying some family time, enjoying some time outside. And I did a bunch of goofy, quick little vlogs today because there just seemed to be news after news after news. So in the morning, I did my Canucks awards. Parker and I did ours last night. We didn't agree on all of them, which was nice for a change. But I went unsung Travis Hamonic, best D-man Nate Schmidt, most exciting Niels Hoglander, and MVP Bo Horvat. I know there's going to be a lot of votes for Besser and Demko, but I would give it to Horvat, although I did do a slight qualifier, and I do think that Thatcher Demko will win it, though, even though I would give it to Horvat. My second video was talking about the New York Rangers. their written statement calling for the firing of the head of NHL player safety, George Parros, after Parros handed out a $5,000 fine to Tom Wilson, but only for his punches on Buchnevich and nothing to do with almost slamming Artemi Panarin's head into the ice a couple times. So talked about that and how the Rangers might even get slapped with a bigger fine than Tom Wilson did. So that would be ironic, but not surprising. Then I talked about Jack Rathbone making his NHL debut, which is cool. I thought he played great, 12 minutes tonight. Didn't look out of place. And he had that one really nice rush with about 5 minutes left where he went down the left side, eluded a check, outside in move, and got a shot on net. I thought he would be fine. He was fine. I think he will be fine. I know Travis Green had nice things to say about him. Then I did a quick video about the Canucks AHL affiliate officially being named for Abbotsford. We don't know what the team's called, who's going to be playing on it, whatever it is. But for next season, this season coming up, 2021, 2022, they will be playing out of the Abbotsford Center, which is cool. We know the story of the owner of the Utica Comets basically buying a registered trademark for the Utica Devils, i.e. likely going to be New Jersey's farm team as opposed to Vancouver's farm team. So Board of Governors of the AHL got to approve that on May 6th, which is just on Thursday, and we don't anticipate any issues there. And then, of course, my post-game recap, you can check that out where I always talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one other thing. What I liked, fast start, Besser goal, and I liked Hoglander's play, and I liked Jack Rathbone's play. What I didn't like, special teams, gave up 2 power play goals, didn't score on the 4 opportunities. I didn't like how our veteran players were making mistakes. I didn't like the 3 goals in 5 minutes. I didn't like JT Miller's 2 giveaways that led directly to the first and fourth goals. First and fourth goals. And then one other thing, I just talked about this, how if Rathbone hits, if Cole Lind hits, if Jonah Gadjevich hits, if Michael DiPietro hits, and we're not sure if they will, but if those guys hit and Elias Pettersson, that's 5 players out of the 2017 draft, which is excellent. You usually want to hit 1, and 2 is considered a good draft, but you want to hit 1, either your first or second rounder. But the Canucks hit 5 of those. That is pretty impressive. Okay, let's get to your questions. Elfren, thoughts on Rathbone's game? I kind of just talked about it. I thought he was fine. And welcome Elfren as the newest member of this channel at the franchise level. Okay, let's go with your questions, and let's see how we do tonight. C edits. Hi Clay. TANK Nation going strong. Yes, my son Sean C edits. You'll be happy to know, but he mentioned that he is on that team now. What do you think about that 2-on-1 with Rathbone and McDavid and Draisaitl? What a welcome to the NHL for him. Yeah, as soon as we saw it happen, we knew it wouldn't be good. Then as soon as I saw McDavid, I was guessing it was Draisaitl skating with them. Yeah, I can't tell if Rathbone actually got a stick on it or if McDavid had to go over Rathbone's stick to get to Draisaitl and then Draisaitl fanned on it. It was certainly a welcome to the NHL moment for him, and he did fine. He did not lose composure. He did not go sliding past the net a la Tyler Myers. I thought he was great. But let me know if the puck actually hit Rathbone's stick or if it just went over his stick and then through Draisaitl. But yes, that was pretty crazy. But no, you will. Thank you for spelling it out, C edits. I will never say the word, at least when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks. Fangirl, hi Clay. Thoughts on Besser's goal? Yeah, it was nice. 34 seconds in, a nice 2-on-1 by Hoglander and him after McDavid got tripped up by the linesman. I made that point in my post-game video too, that in the first period, it seemed like Canucks and Oilers players were running into the 4 officials, the 2 linesmen and 2 referees, but at least it was even. Happy Star Wars Day. Thank you. I've only watched Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and I've only seen them once when I was a kid. So I haven't seen them in the past 30 years, and I haven't seen any of the new ones. Not that you care, but yeah, I haven't seen them yet. Knox Clay, if we win anymore, I don't care if we win anymore. I care about our draft pick now. What about you, Clay? I want a top 7 pick. Yeah, realistically, Knox, I'm going to start to research some prospects because I think that's all I'm going to be talking about for a couple months on this channel. That is fair. Fillmore, Donnie and Dolly today said that with no more champion, Edler is definitely coming back. Do you agree? I wouldn't say definitely. The money has to make sense. But you guys know, I've always said on this channel that I don't think Edler is going to play anywhere else. He's either going to come back here or he's going to retire. Power play once again fails. It did Ethan. Edmund, I'm just frustrated as a fan now. It was also predictable the Canucks weren't going to hold the lead. Sad but true. Sad but true. Nux, what do you think of Hoglander's game? I thought he was the best Canuck tonight. I know they mentioned it on the broadcast, but he was all over the place, especially at the end of one of those power plays where he was skating to the net, skating to the boards. He was really, really good. Fangirl, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. And then my good friend, my collab partner Marie Huey just texted me. Yeah, she recorded a really cool version of O Canada for a project that she's doing. So she asked me for her for my feedback, which was very nice of her. And then yes, I'll be going to the game with her next week. Thanks again, Fangirl, for your donation. I appreciate it. Justin Fan saying Miller should be captain based on his speech for the COVID. Tonight's game shows why he isn't captain material. His frustration is obvious. Yeah, body language is important, and he has bad body language, and he swears a lot. Not that you can't swear, but Adam Highclay, what on earth is going on with Miller? His play seems very uncharacteristic. He's a definitely high risk, high reward player. Last year, it was more reward, less risk, but he has been struggling, and I think he's just frustrated. He can't wait for the season to end. Yes, Petter Hughes, McDavid. You know, it's funny how Shorthouse and Garrett were kind of debating. John Garrett thinks, what's the big deal? It's just a number, 100 points in 56 games. Whereas Shorthouse thinks that that's going to be a milestone that Dave Tippett will help McDavid get to. I originally said that I didn't think McDavid will care. But I know that. I haven't heard him say he does care. I haven't heard him say that he won't care. But I'll give credit to C Edits. C Edits was the first one who asked me about a week and a half ago in this chat. Hopefully she remembers that she was the first one to ask me if I thought McDavid would get to 100 points, and I said yes. This season reminds me of 07-08. Yeah, I admit it does. Fangirl, best Canuck tonight. Hoglander, hi Clay, how are you? I'm great, Noah. Hope you're well as well. Gabriel, do you still think there's a tiny chance the Canucks get in the playoffs? They have to win all 9 games to get 18 points, and that'll give them at 59. And even if that's the case, that means Montreal can't get 2 more points. So no, they're not mathematically eliminated, but with one more Montreal win, they are mathematically eliminated. So no, they will not make the playoffs. And I know Justin asked me for my prediction. I gave it 30 to 35% chance coming out of COVID. Then they beat Toronto twice. I bumped that up to 40. Thank God I didn't bump it up any higher. And now we see where they are now. Inferno, Clay, how much did you celebrate when you found out Trampkin won't be joining the team? Did you have a party with your family? Any cake? I didn't celebrate Inferno, but I was not surprised. And it wasn't like I was walking around and patting my back nonstop. But I've been one of the ones who, from the very start, who said, no, thank you, too much drama, and proven right. It's not like I wanted to dunk on anyone, but I just had a feeling, and it happened exactly how I thought it was going to happen, to be honest with you. Luke Hughes, he's a top pick, but not a number 1. Yeah, so that's why there's a chance we could get him. Alfred, if you had the luxury of naming the Canucks Abbotsford AHL team, what would you name the team? You know, I saw Abbotsford Nice Guys based on the meme. I saw the Abbotsford Emos, or the Emo Abbotsford, which was kind of nice. Emo Abbotsford is kind of funny. It sounds like emotional. But truly, if I had to name them, Abbotsford Canucks, do you go with something kind of West Coast? Even though Abbotsford's, I know, a bit recessed, an hour and a half in. But do you go with something kind of West Coast? I'll have to get back to you. You know, Abbotsford Sushi. There's not a lot of good sushi in Abbotsford, so maybe that's not the best name. The Abbotsford GLCPC rings a bell. But in all seriousness, Elfren, I'd have to think about that. But maybe something West Coast or an animal, one of the two. The Abbotsford Clay Emos. Yeah, Fillmore, I'm not sure if that's going to stand the test of time, but I do like it. Jim Benning is here. If we win the first overall pick, I'm going to go ahead and select Bernier since we don't need help on D. Only 4 goals given up tonight rather than 5 progress. Thoughts on the plan, Clado? Let's talk, Jim, closer to the draft date. But thank you for being here. Thanks to everyone for being here. Canucks Dream, not having the stress factor coming to watch the games now feels a bit nice. Yeah, and even so, it's probably inevitable. By the way, we're at 60 viewers, which is wonderful. Thank you, everyone. We're at 23 likes. You guys know I like that 50% ratio. So let's get that up over 30 if we can. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. I appreciate you guys being here. Johnny, Clay, have you thought of doing parody comedy skit solo? You have that comedic touch. Who is that? Is that Jake or Sean? No, who? I know Mickey's the dog. Who is that? Is that Sean? Sean, I'm not going to drag you in here, but do you think I could be a stand-up comedian? No. Why not? I'm funny. I'm not funny looking. Okay, so Johnny, thank you for asking. Immediate reaction to my family is no, that I would not be good. I actually think I would be, honestly, this sounds so bad. It sounds like a bragging. I think I could be a stand-up comedian. I don't know how good I'd be, but I think I'm a good storyteller. I have quick puns. I have quick wit. It sounds like I'm totally showing off, but I'm just being honest here. Would I be able to memorize enough content? Would I be able to improv enough? No, I'm not the best actor. So I think I'm good at improv when I'm public speaking, when I'm emceeing. By the way, I've emceed 18 wedding receptions before. Yes, it sounds like I'm showing off, but if you are getting married soon, either during COVID or afterwards, hook this guy up. If you need an MC, I will do it for you. But having said all that, I don't know if I'd be a great stand-up comedian, but I think I'd have plenty of material just from experience, dad jokes, storytelling. We will see. But thank you, Johnny, for that. This year playoffs will be fun to watch. Yeah, Jog Paul. I actually thought, oh no, I'm going to save this for the very end. So you guys, here's the thing I want you to remind me of tonight. Remind me, Parker, I'll get to that in a second. Remind me at the very end to run by you my playoff proposal. Okay. Karan, hey Clay, what's going? You should definitely look into Brant Clark and Owen Power, two absolutely incredible talented prospects. I know of Owen Power, and I've been on a couple shows in the past week, and everyone is singing the praises of this Brant Clark dude. So I got to look him up for sure. Are the Canucks last 3 games TBD? They are right now, Jogpaul, but they'll play them. They'll play him for sure, even if they don't make a difference in the standings. They'll play him for draft purposes. They'll play them for stats purposes. They will play him. I certainly don't think that. I think they scheduled them against Calgary though, just in case both teams are not in the playoff picture, which they won't be. Then you can actually start the North Division playoffs. It's weird, but you could actually technically start them while the Canucks and Calgary are still finishing off their games. So no, I don't think that. I don't think the games will be canceled. I think they will play them. Peter Hughes, I think it's going to be harder to draft, even if the Canucks get a high draft pick, since prospects haven't played enough games due to the pandemic. So it'll be hard to evaluate. It is. Does a 4th round pick make a difference from a 3rd round pick this year? Maybe not. But I do think you want to acquire as much draft capital as you can this year. They're basically all crapshoots. Gabriel, who do you see playing together in round 2 of the playoffs of the 4 Canadian teams? The way it's going right now, it could be Toronto and Edmonton, because Winnipeg's faltering, and I don't think Montreal can take out Toronto or Edmonton. So I think it would be Toronto and Edmonton in the divisional finals. Thoughts on Highmore today? Noah, he was a little bit noticeable, but not as much as in the past. I just thought he was okay. Austin, hey Clay, hope you're doing well. I am. I hope you are well as well. Rough season. Can't wait for next season. Hopefully divisions are back to normal, because clearly we don't match up well against the other Canadian teams. Yeah, and many people told me that, and I refused to believe it, and I was definitely proven wrong. Ulevi over Kachuk. Yes. The Abbotsford Nice Guys with the thumbs up logo. There you go, Inferno. Riley Clay, what do you think of the Tom Wilson situation? Vlogged about it today. I think he should have got some sort of supplemental discipline. I thought that was a very dirty, dangerous play. I don't care if Panarin jumped on his back first. It was like when, I kind of said in my vlog today, it's like when one of my kids, when they were younger, not bigger than me, would jump on my back. You know, you just kind of dismiss them. And I still don't think that warranted what Wilson did to Panarin. Sieditz, yes, I did ask you that. Thanks for remembering. Of course, Sieditz, I remember everything. No, I don't remember everything you asked me. Even Draisaitl said today that the whole Oilers team wants McDavid to get to 100 points even more than he does. Okay, well, there we go. Is Jake back next year? Dean, my guess is no. The Abbotsford Arrows? I'll go with that, Coach Rob. That's all right. The Abbotsford Bimjos. Bimjang. Abbotsford Aviators, Acres. Yes, I know there's an airport out there, so there could be a lot to do with aerospace for sure. Sharms, hey Clay, in a robot Clay voice and meme posture. Oh, Clay, thank you, Sharms. I'm sure that's you, not me. Hope all is well. I understand winning under the current conditions is tough, but I just don't want a Sabres losing streak. Absolutely. At first, I thought you were going to talk about my ping pong career. Yes. Up to 77 viewers. That is awesome. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button. Can't get any more West Coast than Clay emo. That is true. Born and raised here, Fillmore. Thanks for that. Abbotsford Airlines, thoughts on Hughes' game. Sam, I thought Hughes was fine tonight, actually. He always tries to create. The one thing, I wouldn't call him selfish, but I do think that he shoots more than he should. Like, do you remember when one of the Edmonton players lost their stick and Mike Smith lost his goal stick to the corner, and Hughes had the puck, and instead of, so they're basically 5-on-3, and the goalie had no stick. Hughes kept the puck, tried to deke around someone, and then took a high shot to that. Let's see if it's still working. On my Mac that I'm streaming from, it is frozen, but on my computer that I'm watching it on, it looks like it's live. Okay, so maybe it hung up for a couple minutes there. Maybe we dropped a few. Yeah, there was a lag. Dang. Okay, so hopefully you guys, I still see it now. And I saw a big drop off in viewers, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll come back. Oh, it's completely blank on my Mac now, but I see it here. We'll just see what happens. Okay, let's keep on going. Not good, not good, not good. What does my stream health say? Stream says stream is healthy, but how come I don't see a picture? Oh well, okay. Let's keep on going. Nucks fan, in the beginning of the season, you predicted Besser would get 20 goals, and he was only 1 goal away. Nucks fan, you actually remember that prediction better than I do. Thanks for that. Would you play Juolevi, Chatfield, or Rathbone next game? Yeah, Juolevi and Rathbone play the left side. Chatfield plays the right. I could see them alternating between Juolevi and Rathbone, and then you keep Hughes and Edler in, of course, because it's by, sitting Rathbone or sitting Juolevi, it's not like you're saying you don't believe in them. It's because you want to test out the other guys. So I don't need to see Chatfield come in, but maybe they rotate all three. And every time Chatfield comes in, then you put Schmidt on the left. So it could be anyone, quite frankly. Les Habitants. That's good, Parker. I like that. What do you think about Jets' seven game losing streak? Yeah, they're missing a lot of their good players. Abbotsford Oates, thoughts on Lind? Not as noticeable tonight. Noah, not as noticeable tonight, but he's gone from 17 minutes to 16 minutes to 15 minutes to 12 minutes now. Thoughts on Pearson's play in his 500th game tonight? I didn't like that penalty he took to take us off the power play. I did like how he was giving it to Adam Larson behind the net, leading Adam Larson to take the first of 2 straight penalties. I thought Pearson was okay. He was noticeable, but he wasn't great. When you lose, best for 20 goals. Let's do it. The Abbotsford Johnnies after Johnny Canuck. Yeah, Abbotsford Johnny just sounds kind of funny. Thoughts on Larson's high hit on Hughes? It looks like he didn't get all of it. I saw in the replay, even before Garrett said it, that he didn't connect fully, but still a dangerous hit. And he's so much bigger than Hughes, right? Is the owner of the Canucks also going to be the owner of the AHL team? No. There's obviously going to be a connection, but I think the AHL team may have its own owner. Actually, that's a good point, because Robert Esch, who owns, is he the owner of the Comets or is he the president of the Comets? Yeah, president of the Comets. So I wonder who owns the Utica Comets. Maybe it is I'm looking right now, professional ice hockey team based in Utica. Does it say who their owner is? Owner, yeah, Canucks Sports and Entertainment leased to Robert Esch. So you can get, I guess, using the same theory that the Abbotsford team will be owned by the Canucks. That's a good point, but they'll hire a president of some sort. You know what's funny? Claim my name. Okay. Parker's Canucks After Dark turning into a comedy sketch show. We're going to have to do something, Parker. We're going to run out of material pretty quick. You could be a great comedian if you do dad jokes, Rome. Thank you. You're probably the only one who thinks that, but I appreciate that. You good with dad jokes? Adam Clay, do you think Demko's still really in a COVID fog, or is the team in front of him playing that bad? I blame it on the team as opposed to him. Maybe you like that third shot by Bouchard. You want him to stop that goal. But the 2 Draisaitl ones and then the 2-on-1, I don't know if you can really blame him. So yeah, he hasn't been as good as he was before the COVID break, but I'm not blaming COVID. I think, the whole team has been poor in front of him. Good question, Adam. What do you think of Rathbone, Clay? Stu, I said at the start, I'm not sure if you caught it, that I thought he was fine for a first game. I think he'll be here to stay. Sharms, hope COVID is done. We should have a party to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Trampkin deciding he will not join the Canucks. As your agent, I will organize the festivities. Sure, Sharms, let's host it at my place. We'll talk. Ping pong tournament too. See, it's good timing. I was about to ask you your official submission would be for the NHL Stanley Cup bracket challenge. Yeah, you guys know I like Colorado, I like Tampa, I like Winnipeg, but Winnipeg, I don't think they're going to get past the first round. Colorado, such a tough division with Minnesota, surprisingly, in Vegas, and then even Tampa with Florida and Carolina. It is going to be very tricky for sure. Austin, I think we should play all the younger players now. Gadjevich, Lind, Rathbone, Ulevi, Chatfield, Rafferty. Yeah, the only one I think that who isn't, actually both Rafferty and Chatfield aren't as young, and I'm not sure if they're going to stick with this team, to be honest with you. Clay, do you think Tom Wilson should be suspended? Yep, I do. Take the loss and get a high draft pick. With Perros gone, the Canucks could fight their way to the playoffs. Every game, brawls, and brawls. Very good. Can't suspend everyone. Who's had the worst 2021 season, Canucks or Flames? When it comes to compared to expectations, I'd say the Flames because of all the guys they brought in. When it comes to just bad luck and off ice between the COVID and Jake Virtanen situation, I think you have to say the Canucks have had the worst season. Off the ice, Flames have had the worst season on the ice. Thoughts on Boyd? No, I thought he was okay. He was noticeable, a bit more noticeable today, but he's got to produce. All those guys got to produce. Lucas, hey Clay, isn't our season? It isn't our season. Yep, that's true. I know that's how you feel, Lucas, and that's totally fair. Canucks was surprising. Yes, I agree with you, Fillmore. I hope the Islanders play the Capitals so Matt Martin can beat Wilson up. Yeah, that division is going to be between Pittsburgh, Washington, the Islanders, and Boston. That's going to be a dogfight to get out of there for sure. Owen Power, 6'5", powerhouse, fast on his feet. That sounds like a good player to me. Thoughts on Gaudette today? He's a good player. Glad I traded. Abbotsford Fallers. What does that mean? Line Brawl. Yeah. Fraser Valley Millionaires. Marcus, hey Clay, do you think Lind and Rathbone played well today? Rathbone, yes. Lind was just okay. Do you think they'll be on the Nucks for good next season? I think they have a shot. Rathbone's going to be in tough because you already got Hughes on the left side. Ulevi, maybe Edler, but I can see Lind making the bottom six for sure. I can see Rathbone making the team. I do. Brant Clark is like Ulevi, quiet but noticeable. Great upside on offense. Nice. Did you saw New York Rangers post on Tom Wilson? Yeah, Samuel, I vlogged about it today. They might get a bigger fine than Wilson did. Will PD return this season? I don't know. There's no point. There's no point for me for PD to come back, as much as it'd be exciting to see him. Justin, do you think the Rangers will get a fine for their statement calling out Perros? I do. Do you have a feeling of self-justice during the Rangers Caps game tomorrow? I do. So I say yes to both of your questions, Justin. Abbott's Doug Ford. Had it been a full 82-game season, how many goals do you think Besser would have had? 30. See edits between, low 30s. Yeah, I'd say 30. No longer watching these live streams at 1:30 in Montreal. Why? Because are you in Vancouver now, Marcus? Or did I miss something? Are you here? Or you're not going to watch these anymore? Justin, hearing Rangers caught up a 6'4" tough guy. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Austin, I noticed in the second period intermission, they were talking about the Canucks bottom six. I like to bring back Boyd and Highmore. Boyd because of our center depth isn't the Austin, I've said the exact same thing between Boyd. Well, Highmore is actually under contract for 1 more year, but between Boyd, VC, and Harlock, I'd bring Boyd back because the potential versatility. He could be our fourth line center. Thoughts on the Crosby play tonight? He's repeatedly tried to drive the guys into the ice in the Philly game. Nathan, I didn't see that. I will have to look that up. Canucks have a number one goalie, forward, and defenseman. Just need bigger players. And Shazzy, you do got to build around them, but it's nice to have a foundational player at each of those positions for sure. Canucks, Abbotsford cottaging Vancouver rights. Sharms, how do contract terminations work? Do they count towards a salary cap or are they like a buyout? Don't worry about your ping pong game. It'll get better as time progresses. I like the Nucks. I believe that obviously there's got to be certain conditions to met for a contract termination. And no, the fact that it's terminated, you do get that salary cap money back. but it's got to be some really, really extraordinary circumstances to be terminated. So let's see how that goes going forward. Do you think Hamonic will score his first goal this season? Hamonic doesn't have a goal yet? Are you sure? Wow. Travis Hamonic. I did not know that he doesn't have a goal this season. So no, if that's the case, you're right. 0 goals and 4 assists. No, I don't think he's going to score this season. Although I do like the way he gets pucks to the net. Yes, Shannon, I agree. The team did not help Demko. If you could pick anyone former Canuck from any of the cup runs, who would you pick? Pavel Bure. You mean to play on this team right now, Pavel Bure? Yes, there was that lag, but now we have more people, which is good. Go Oilers, no problem. You know, the Wilson Panarin incident is a major story when ex-NHL John Scott, Ryan Whitney, and Sean Avery posted a video of themselves explaining. Yeah, I didn't see the Sean Avery one. I know that Ryan Whitney was saying, stop whining everyone. I know that Matthew Barnaby tweeted about it. I know John Scott did a video saying that Wilson should have got supplemental discipline. Yeah, actually, Jogpaul, I think if Lucas is in here, he has a better explanation. So, Lucas, can you quickly type up what happened to the Abbotsford Heat farm team? Because I know you know the story better than I do. C-Edits, do you think other NHL teams will publicly support the Rangers after their statement? No. C-Edits, my gut feeling is the owners won't want to get on Gary Bettman's bad side, and they'll probably be pretty happy to let the Rangers take the fall for this one, but we'll see. Great question. DSL, do you think Hoglander could be a Brad Marchand light? I really like his hustle. Maybe not as dirty, but certainly noticeable, but maybe not as offensively skilled. So I guess I just explained Brad Marchand light then. Fillmore, you plan to watch Rangers versus Caps? No, because tomorrow I'm actually doing a talk for a church. But I might have it on. It's going to be early though, right? Yeah, 4. We'll see. But I'm sure I'll catch the highlights for sure. Elfren, let's just say the Canucks have signed Coach Green to a new contract. How many years do you think you'll get? 2 or 3? Maybe 3 years. Sean, I don't get why they're playing Gravac over Michaelis, and I think you saw someone noted that Michaelis is hurt. Okay, I better catch up a little bit. 11. Do you think Hughes will make less than him? Yeah, it's funny. Makar, Hughes, Heiskanen, Dahlin, all up for the same contract. There was a time where you think they'd all make the similar money, but no, Makar, by merit and by stats, should make more than Hughes. That's a good point, Eason. Can you draw comparisons between Edler's hit on Hyman and Tom Wilson's incident yesterday? No, I can't, because the Edler hit wasn't great. It was dirty, but I certainly thought what Wilson did was worse. I'm not just saying that because it's a Canuck, and therefore I can't believe that Edler got suspended 2 games and Wilson didn't get anything, which is crazy. Will McDavid get 100? I think he will. Race. Whoops, I skipped a couple. Hello, Steve. Long time no speak. I hope you're doing well. I saw Laura this morning. What do you think is going to happen in tomorrow's Rangers-Capitals game? I think the Rangers are going to do something to Tom Wilson or to another Capitals player. Race, are you surprised that Vancouver isn't moving their AHL team out west? Are you surprised that Vancouver isn't moving? No, they are. They are. Race, they're moving to Abbotsford. They announced that today. C-Edits, had Petey been still playing, how many goals do you think he would have had by the end of the season? The way he was going, what's he at right now? I think if he was still playing, maybe between 20 and 25. Does that sound about right? What did he have? What does he have right now? 10? 10 and 26. So if he played all 56, yeah, I think 20 would sound about right. Abbotsford Orcas, Abbotsford Whalers. Do you think Crosby's having an underrated season? I think he's not Crosby's underrated, but certainly Matthews and McDavid getting all the hype, deservedly so. But yeah, he quietly has Pittsburgh in the fight for first place with Washington. Thoughts on McEwen today, Noah? I thought he was okay. I thought him and VC and Boyd, they're not the best puck handlers. I noticed that a couple times, that there was that one shift where it was just brutal in the offensive zone and there was no flow whatsoever. Yeah, with the team coming to Abbotsford, I'm not sure which team it's actually going to be, if there's going to be a team that's going to get relocated. Or, sorry. Since Utica is not moving, the Utica name is not moving, but obviously we get all of our players, the ones that are Canucks property, will play on this Abbotsford team. LA Women's Hoops. Abbotsford will have a terrible travel in the Pacific Division. Closest team is in California. Yeah, so same time zone, but a lot of travel, indeed. Do you think Montreal will get third place? I do, Noah. I think they're going to pass Winnipeg. Oh, race one of the team in Fresno. Lucas, the move of the HL to Abbey is better for organizational oversight. Utica wasn't that easy. Yes. Blueberries, Abbotsford Blueberries, Abbotsford. There's some bad names in here, you guys. Do the Canucks have a pretty valid reason why they're doing bad this year? Because of COVID, the retention situation, and half the team injured, and PD's out. Those are all good. Those are all valid reasons. They certainly aren't excuses, but the team isn't talented enough, and we're seeing that right now because of the injuries. Clay, does Bettman have the power to change the Tom Wilson fine in the suspension? He may, because he runs the league. I don't know the actual rules, but I don't think he will. There's a reason why he has people in those positions. A faller is a lumberjacker. Okay, very good. Utica will likely get the Devils affiliate, not official, but I expect the Devils and Utica to make an announcement. Makes sense. Thoughts on Wilson not showing remorse and flexing? Yeah, he's a goof. He's a goof, although I'm sure many people would want him on their team. A little surprise. How do you say his name? Anas hasn't played at least one NHL game for the Blues, putting up 88 points in 80 games. Wow, NHL. Oh, Marcus, you're back in Vancouver. Nice. Same time zone. See edits. Thoughts on a third line in the future with Hoglander, Lind, and Gadjevich? I don't mind it. I would put Mott there instead. I'd go Mott, Lind, and Hoglander. But maybe down the road. Yes, Lucas, we should get, I'm sure Dusty is looking for a gig right now, and he'd be a great goaltending coach for sure. If it was between VC and Edler to re-sign, I would actually sign VC to very cheap, and then I would go with Hughes, Rathbone, Ulevi. That sounds crazy, but I would. Bigger goal for Team Canada, Henderson's goal in 72 or Crosby's 2010? Oh, so tough to say because I know Henderson's goal is historic. I wasn't alive yet, believe it or not. Crosby's goal, so close to it, watching it live, not in the arena, but on TV, downtown. Yeah, that's so tough to say. Recency bias would have me say 2010. Do you think Edler will get his 100th? I don't. I like what you're doing on your channel. Thank you, Samuel. I like what I'm doing here too, but thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Will Edler get his 100th goal? No charms. I don't think so. See edits. Doing the broadcast of the game, they were showing how Edler and Hamnick have one of the highest shot attempts, but no goals to show for. Yeah, I believe it. Abbotsford Millionaires. I like that. I have time for that. Lucas, Abbotsford Heat moved to Glen Falls, New York for a year as the Adirondack Flames. The team is now the Stockton Heat. Money losses were a reason. There you go. Thank you. Always count on Lucas for the good explanations. Are the Canucks on Bettman's bad side? No, I don't think so. Good night, Adam. Thank you. Oh, he's probably gone already. But thank you, Adam Parker. Nobody showed up because it was Calgary prospects and the Abbey government was getting crushed financially. Thank you, Parker. That's good too. Had Luc Bourdon not passed away, rest in peace, do you think we would have won the Cup in 2011 or possibly 2010? We fell one D-man short. Yeah, it's so tough to say, but yes, I had high hopes for Luc Bourdon. Very sad, but very good question, but very tough to say. It's all speculation, right? Do you see PD as a comparator to Barzal? Talks indicating it could be a similar price point. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there was talk that I got to plug this computer in. Give me one sec. Where's my plug? Oh, there. Yeah, I heard there was talk that he might make more than Barzal, and then he got injured. So I don't know if that will affect it. But yeah, I could see him being compared to Barzal for sure. Stockton, New York. Abbotsford still in the East. Parker, basically the Abbey government had to pay for any financial shortcomings, but they really got screwed in the contract. Thank you, Parker. Very good. Clay, thoughts on Jimbo's recent press conference regarding Jake? There hasn't been one yet. Riley, oh, I see you're being sarcastic there. Oh, Bim Jennings here. Riley, I hope Calgary doesn't move their AHL team. Yeah. Is that the news right now? Abbotsford's second BC's AHL team. What does that mean? Hey, Clay, why did the calendar die? Because its days were numbered. Very good, Nucks fan number 29. Thank you. That was pretty good. Maybe you can come on the road with me when I start my stand-up comedy tour. Abbotsford Grizzlies, Abbotsford Fury, Abbotsford Enigmas. Hi, Ali. Hope you're well. How was Myers today? Just okay. Nothing stood out good or bad. Just looking at his stat line, -1, 3 hits, 21 minutes of ice time. So, yeah, he was fine. He wasn't great. He wasn't sucky, though. He was fine. The guy was literally flexing in the penalty box. Yeah. Right off season, Edmund, I agree. With the injuries, COVID, bad publicity, nightmare year for the Canucks. Indeed. Just posing. You need muscles to flex. That's true. That's why I never flex. That was funny. Don't forget to talk about playoffs. Yeah, Samuel, I got that. Don't worry, I got it in my head. Top 5 NHL players this season. McDavid, Matthews. Adam Fox is been pretty amazing on D. Yeah, I'm just thinking of who else has been really, really good. I don't watch a lot of teams in the East though, so I'll say McDavid, Matthews, Fox. At least there's 3 guys there. Abbotsford Aviators from Noah. JT Miller is tanking. See, I can say the word when I talk about players and when I'm reading your comments, but I will never say it about the Canucks themselves. Riley, I hope to go to a game with you someday. Well, thank you guys for the affirmations. I just realized I didn't do one yesterday, a live stream, because I was with Parker doing our Canucks After Dark. But yeah, Saturday night was funny. Thank you for the kind comments when I was fishing for compliments and I said, what would be the best part about going to a game with me? I actually had a kick out of reading those comments. Thank you. The arena in Fresno is old and a dump. Ah, that's good to know. That's good to know. Good night, Marcus. Glad you're in town. Crosby, the assist side of Gretzky, and Ovechkin's the goal side of Gretzky. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Easton, last year we were 8th in goals for. This year we're 29th. Would you say that loss of Pettersson and lack of production from the bottom 6 affected this? Absolutely. Yeah, and yes. That is very fair to say. Oh, I can feel my throat getting raw. The Abbey Cascades. Yes, I did like the Millionaires. Calgary moving their team to Colorado Springs. Rumor. Interesting. Well, I got to catch up because we're at the 44-minute mark. Let me just scan for questions. See edits. Considering JT's risky and reckless play, would you rather see him as a winger than in center? Yeah, I think we're not strong enough on the wings. I'd keep him as a winger and go with the Lotta line. Ravens, hair gels. Clay, can you get Dusty to remind Demko on how to make saves? Okay, I'll talk to Dusty tomorrow. Thanks, Nick. No, I didn't know Gaudetta at -2. Thanks, Fillmore. Thoughts on JT Miller? Should Green bench him? Non-stop turnovers, bad attitude. Yeah, Shafin, I heard... I think Green talked about Miller and said he likes that he's a competitor, but I have to make sure that the quote is correct. But no, I don't think you bench Miller because he still does good things offensively. But maybe you do talk to him, or maybe you take the good with the bad. I don't know. It's so tough to say. Riley, what do you call a computer that sings? Adele, very good. Out of Rathbone, Lind, and Gadjevich, who do you think gets their first NHL point? Ooh. I'd say Lind because he's a forward and he's playing with good players. Good question. My parents were at the 72 game. That's pretty cool, Nucks fan. Nick, thank you. Yeah, I might bump my subscriber goal to 6,550 or 6,600 because I was blessed. I had 80 subscribers, new subscribers from Saturday to now. So in 3 days, I had 80 new ones, which was nice. But I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll go to an Abbotsford game. That'll be cheaper for sure. Oh, C-Edits, you put your deposit down for the AHL team. That is awesome. C-Edits, I will meet you at a game. Or maybe I should just bring you to a Canucks game because you asked such good questions. C-Edits, get back to me. We'll talk about that. Jim Ben. Yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy how as soon as you start coughing or sneezing that it's where you're COVID, at least, still being careful. I got vaccinated over 2 weeks ago now, but... so that's a bit of a relief, but yeah, I can feel my throat getting a little raw for sure. Miller does more good than bad. Yep. Definitely cry of Stockton Heat move. Curious, did you remember Expo 86? Yeah, I went quite a bit, Edmund, and a couple of my family friends danced every day there in one of the shows. Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. Okay, now everyone's apparently a stand-up comedian. Does Tom Wilson deserve the Ben Eager salute? I know one Ben Eager salute that I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure if there's another one. Too young for Expo. I can see the Stockton Heat. Where does the mouse go if it loses tail? I have no clue. I have a very curious mind, so I love to ask questions. No, they're great questions, C-Edits. I'll email you for sure about attending a future game. Okay, C-Edits, do you have my email address? Last time I typed it in here, I immediately after I received spam, not from you guys, but I wonder if someone, if some other sites picked it up. So I'm going to try and do it like this. So if anyone wants to email me, it's there. It's clayemo@shaw.ca. Edmund, you did give away your age. Retail store, very good. Fangirl wasn't born. Do you think Vertan is done for the season? I do know, especially given that there's only 9 games left. What's your opinion on Rathbone playing on D? I thought he was good tonight for a first one, for sure. What's black and white and green all over? A referee who fell in the Gator Bowl. 22-23 will be a realignment nightmare for the AHL. Interesting. Okay, good. Okay, guys, I can tell my voice is going, but that's fine. Let's do 3 minutes of Ask Me Anything now. 3 minutes only, and I'll just get to as many as I can. I'll try not to stall, but no more Canucks or no more hockey-related questions. Right after this one, who has the brighter future, Rathbone or Ulevi? Despite Ulevi's higher draft, position, I think it's Rathbone. Are you a fan of teppanyaki? Absolutely. Kobe is my favorite restaurant, and I'll go to the cheap ones at the mall too. I always like teppanyaki. Clay, you have a good jokes. Thanks, Riley. Did you collect Star Wars figures? No, I did not, Fillmore. I did not collect Star Wars figures. Favorite Star Wars character? Barely have one. I'm just going to say that Chewbacca guy. Favorite vegan meal? I don't eat them, to be honest with you. What game are you going to? I'm going to the game a week from tonight. The second to last home game. No, it's the last home game of the year. No, second to last home game, because don't we wind up against Calgary at home? I am going to... Oh, no, it's the last home game of the year. I'm going to the game a week from tonight, Tuesday the 18th, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to post that I'm at the game because of what happened last time. But yes, I'm going a week from tonight, last home game of the season. They're hosting Calgary. Favorite thing at Matsuyama? Spicy crunch roll, followed by the sukiyaki udon. Clay, after taking the vaccine, have you experienced any side effects? I only had a headache for a day and a half, but I've been lucky. No arm pain, no muscle or joint soreness. I've been very lucky, actually. Clay, is the force with you? Always. Favorite food to put in udon? Boring. I just like beef. I like sukiyaki beef udon. Ever watch The Simpsons? No, not a lot. Who's your favorite female wrestler? I like Sasha Banks, actually. Favorite cartoon to watch when you're a kid? Scooby-Doo. Ketchup chips are always available. What are we talking about? Yes, but I do like ketchup chips. Dogwood. Should Canada do more to commemorate the liberation of Holland? Don't know enough about it, to be honest with you. I'm being very genuine, Dogwood. When do you think the 20 to 25-year-olds get eligible for the vaccine? Probably by the start of June, middle of June. Of all suggested names for the farm team, which you like the best? Abbotsford. I like the Abbotsford Millionaires, to be honest with you. Favorite memory with your wife? Wow, so many. Maybe the fact that she hasn't left me yet, and loving all my kids, but maybe the birth of our first child, just because that was our first child, and it was intense. It was amazing. It was life-giving, literally and figuratively. Yeah, and of course, honeymoon counts was very important. Our wedding day was very cool. Our proposing to her was very cool. I'll tell you all these stories another time, but really, it was kind of the birth of Sean, maybe, because it was a creation that that was a human being that we created together, and to see him come into the world, that was pretty cool. See, Ed, it's always the good questions. Kobe's the best restaurant I've ever been to. Yeah, I like it a lot. What game does your friend sing at, and how would you do the stream? Shannon, same game. So Marie is singing at the game. That's why she invited me. And I got to figure out how I'm going to do that stream. If we do it from the arena, they'll probably kick us out. Do I go to her place and do it from there? That doesn't sound right. Do I go to the office and do it from there? Do I do it outside the arena, just a short one for 20 minutes, have Marie with me? I got to figure that out. I got to talk to her. Or maybe I just do it really late. After the 51-year-olds. Yeah, that's true. No, I don't think the real Jake's in here, Jim. Haven't seen the Mighty Ducks game change. Correct. I have not seen that yet. Former gym mate is the manager of Kobe. Oh, cool. Favorite Chinese food? I like black cod, and I like sweet and sour pork. I know it's not very huge delicacy, but I like the safe, easy stuff. Sweet and sour pork with pineapple. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Great question. A way to share, do some creative things. And when I started off, it was more family, faith videos and my speaking videos, and then the Olympics, and then the Canucks. No ketchup chips in the US. So when I come to Vancouver, I want to make sure I can buy. Of course, I will load you up with the ketchup chips for sure. Favorite pizza place? Pretty boring. Domino's. Millionaires. Okay, Jay, let's do it. Clay, do you think Undertaker could be cool to talk to? Of course. Kobe Steakhouse, soft spot. Good. That's where my parents first met. Awesome. Edmund, you got in trouble last time you streamed at a Canucks game. Edmund, I'll tell that story next stream. I don't want us to get into it now, but yes, not in trouble, but there's some pretty funny stories. I kind of told them already, actually, but maybe I'll share them next stream. What was your favorite memory of all time on this channel? On my YouTube channel itself, I think anytime my videos, not the ones with the Canucks, but anytime my own videos get picked up by media outlets, or that's kind of a cool thing, but that's kind of show-offy. Are you asking me, Edmund or Justin, about favorite moments or favorite videos I've done? Because those are two different things. But yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll answer that again later or next time. With Chinese food, do you like the stuff from food court? Nope, never. Favorite singer growing up? Boys to Men, New Edition, any boy band, basically. Who is your biggest inspiration? Gail is a real life inspiration to me. Jesus Christ, obviously, because as a Christian and working for the Catholic Church, a big inspiration. And I have a couple mentors in my life that, from a faith perspective, that are big inspirations to me for sure. Okay, I'm going to go really fast now. Stream in the car if she was driving. That's true, Coach Rob. That's true, because I did drive to her house and then she drove me. Hoping to do a Kobe Steakhouse for my parents' 30th wedding anniversary. Nice. Manchu Walk. Yeah, I don't eat it. That's fine. Favorite genre of music? Old school R&B, 90s R&B. Favorite type of melon? Don't eat a lot. Maybe watermelon. Was Jim hidden? No, I've not seen his comments. I'm not sure. Car crash date. Oh, Jim, I know. Okay, Jim, I promise you, I will find the car crash stream for the next one. You've asked me 3 times, and you've asked me very, very faithfully. So I will find it for the next stream. I promise. Favorite moment in my life so far? Probably my wedding day, which sounds crazy because I just named my favorite memory with Gail, who was the one I married on my wedding day, was the birth of our son. So maybe both of them are tied. I think I'm sending mixed messages because I'm getting tired. Not waiting 9 years for this. You got it next stream, I promise. Favorite ride at the P&E? Just the wooden shaky roller coaster. Favorite pizza place in Richmond? I said that. Domino's. Biggest thing you're proud of that you have achieved? Sounds corny. Being the best husband and father that I can be. But if we're talking about when it comes to achievements itself, I think anytime I keynote a conference, I spoke in front of 3,000 people at a youth conference in Texas. That was pretty cool. I traveled to South Africa for speaking. So some of my speaking accomplishments have been a lot of fun, actually. Everybody know Osaka Teppanyaki? No, not yet. Okay, good. Caught up. Thank you. Okay, so we're at 60. So here's my question for you real quick. Put in a Y or an N, a yes or a no. Hear me out before you start answering, and then I will do my... No, we'll go the other way. I'll ask my question, and then you can just leave your yes or your no as I'm signing off. I think that's what we'll do. Okay. I think that's what we'll do. So here's a thought, and I want your honest opinion, and because you guys know that I trust you, and a lot of times I will listen to the advice of some pretty wise people in here. Obviously, the Canucks are going to make the playoffs, so hear me out before you say yes or no. So my thought was, a lot of people are going to be covering the Canadian teams, like Lego Rocks, covers Montreal as well as Vancouver. There's Hot Take Hockey covering Toronto. So I think the Canadian teams are going to be covered. So I had an idea of randomly, and doing this live, picking a US-based team, even if they have multiple vloggers already or none, picking a team at random and basically making that my team for the playoffs. And I would study them, not crazy, not as much as well as I know the Canucks, but well enough where I can do educated takes on them, like pre-game previews, post-game live streams about a different team, and just basically adopt that team for the playoffs only. I'm not switching allegiances. I'm not, getting on any other bandwagon. I'm not dumping the Canucks, but basically just for 1 or 2 months, try it and pretend I'm a fan of another team and invest my time and energy, catch the games, do live streams, pre-game, post-game. So it would take a lot of energy. It'd be something different, and maybe some people might not like it because they think I'm betraying my roots, but I think it might be a way to create interesting content. But I would truly make it a random draw, and no matter who I'm stuck with, that's who I'm stuck with. And I think we could play it up a little bit. So just put a yes or no. Just put yes, Clay, that's a good idea. You're saying that's a good idea, or no, Clay, I don't think that's a good idea, because whether it's because loyalty or just waste of time, and maybe it just doesn't fit the brand. You can write even some commentary, your background for your answers, but tell me, yes, do you like that idea, or no, you don't like that idea? And yes, there is a chance that I end up covering Boston, believe it or not, which would be the ultimate crazy. Okay, so leave a comment. I will read those when I'm done. You guys, thanks for being here. As always, this channel is growing, and I'm so grateful for that. So if you want to subscribe before you leave, please do so. Like this video before you leave, and of course, consider becoming a member before you leave as well. Members in here, my members live stream will be, yes, on Mother's Day, this Sunday. I just got to confirm the time once I talk to Gail, but we'll get together for an hour for members only live stream. And then the other thing I was going to say is, as always, thank you to the moderators for your help tonight. As always, thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing for sponsoring, and thanks to all of you for sticking with me. And as always, I will wind up with my dad joke and then my goodbye. So yes, leave a yes or no. I will read through it. In the meantime, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I do not take you for granted. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks, go. I think I screwed up the order, didn't I? Don't I usually do the dad joke, and then I do my saying, and then I do the booyah? Who knows? I have to rewatch it. I had it down to an art. But you're okay. Here's the joke. I have it typed up just so I didn't mess it up. And then after I say this, you'll probably say, "Well, I can't believe you had to write this down because it's so bad." Let's go with this one. Okay. Did you hear about the fake noodle? He was an imposter. God bless, and go Canucks, go. Booyah.